So you have your, let's start with our heat, your front and rear defrosters. You have your heat and cool here. If you wanted an eco, you hit this button. That means it works primarily off of the hybrid battery versus the engine. This changes how much air is going out on the fan. And then if you want heat up and down, you get that. This button is for our circulation. Right now we're in sync mode, so if I change the temperature on one side, it changes it on both. If there's two people in here and you wanted different temperatures, you hit that sync button to turn it off. Then you turn one side and the other stays the same. Hit sync to get us back, and it's always working off the driver's side when it syncs. Down below, the left button is your traction control. You don't ever really need to turn that off. Some customers like to do that when they're, drifting around, but unless you're doing that, you don't really need to turn it off. Next to these, we have our heated seats. Low and high are your two options. Moving down, we have our parking brake. It automatically engages when you're in park, automatically disengages when you put it into drive. So you don't ever really have to hit that button if you don't need to. Next to it, we have our hold button. That's when you're, let's say you're in a long highway trip and you're in stop and go traffic, you're tired of keeping your foot on the brake. You hit this hold button and it'll keep the car stopped until you hit the gas again. And that's just a little nice thing again if you're tired of holding your foot on the brake. Down below, we have our different drive modes. As you know, this is the XSE trim. So you have the trail drive mode, you have the sport drive mode, you have EV mode, and you have normal mode. City traffic, stop and go, you really want to keep it in EV mode. The hybrid battery recharges off of the brakes. So when you're in stop and go, your hybrid battery is recharging. Normal mode is when you're on roads where there's not a lot of stop and go, but you're not quite highway traffic. But you're going to get your best gas mileage keeping it in normal mode when you're on the highway. Sport mode is when you want that extra get up and go. You're getting on the highway, or you just want to feel the engine roar. That's when you put it in the sport mode. Any questions about what we see here? Well, starting up top, your lane trace assist. That's the LTA. That helps keep you in the center of the lane. Moving down to PCS, that's your pre-collision. It's constantly doing math, and let's say there's a sudden stop ahead of you, you're going at 50 miles an hour and the people ahead of you have stopped suddenly and it looks like you're not going to be able to stop in time, it'll actually stop, and it'll stop for you. It also has pedestrian detection, so if someone is dark out there and somebody jumps out, it'll also stop. Below that is your blind spot monitoring. That's the light here on your mirrors. Yes, sir. Below that is your rear cross traffic. So you mind putting your foot on the brake there? I will put us in reverse just to show you the camera. So very nice, clear camera. What'll happen is if there's a car coming from either side, you'll get arrows that show you what side the traffic is coming from if you're in a spot where you're backing out at the grocery store or something like that. Right, so you just engaged it, right?
Just to be safe.
Yes, I got you. And let me put it back in park.
Okay.
And then below that is also lane tracing, but it's actually when you're going out of your lane. So you have the option to have it make a sound, have the steering wheel vibrate, or both or neither. But
which one is that again?
That's the RSA below.
Okay, RSA.
So if you're swaying out of your lane, again, you'll get that notification.
And if I want to turn them off or turn that option off, I like scroll down.
Yes, sir.
Then I hit the center button probably.
Yes, sir.
To turn it off like that. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha. Now the PCS, how does it work? Like, is there like a sensor that's on the front of the car?
Yes, sir.
That's on the front of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha.